All right, I think that's it. There we go. Danny, let's do this.
Let's do this. All right, guys, welcome to this live stream. If you're watching this at the very beginning, like from after we've already filmed, welcome. We hope that you subscribe. Today, Drew and I are just going to be talking over some of the new DaVinci Resolve changes that are coming in the new 18.5. Now, it isn't currently in public beta, which means if you don't have a studio license, you can actually download the studio version and test out all the cool stuff that's kind of come out. So that's really fun. Drew and I are going to be. Drew hasn't actually tested any of the stuff that's
I
kind of
haven't, I
coming out.
haven't, I
So
haven't played with this at all yet. I watched some videos. And I was like, okay, that looks like a lot of fun, and there's a lot of stuff I think that'll help us. So it's gonna be fun for you to like
yes.
do a little walkthrough on this.
Oh yeah, I like truly, guys. I like DaVinci Resolve is doing some really interesting things, and this is one of the main we're both Final Cut editors, Drew and I, and we love Final Cut. But there, when we work as a team, DaVinci Resolve made it just. There's a tweet that's out there that talks about how like if Final Cut collaboration is if you're painting a house in order to like collaborate to paint a house, you have to kick everybody else out of the house to paint. That's not collaboration, which is what it is. And so today we're going to hop into one of our cloud collaboration projects for one of our clients that we do podcasts for, and we're going to showcase some of the cool new features. So, Drew,
I'm
you ready?
excited. I'm totally excited for this. So, are you gonna share your screen and we'll just dive in there, or do you want?
Yep,
All right.
absolutely.
That's gonna be fun. So one of the things that we do when we do our podcast is we take the entire podcast and we listen through it a couple of times. One of us cuts it up, one of us goes through and finds those little snippets that we use for social sharing, and then we have to take each of those pieces out, transcribe them, and turn them into little bits of social. So I'm really excited about one of the features that 18.5 added with this transcription idea, because I feel like that's going to make a lot of what we do just fast and super, I don't know, like streamlined, especially in the collaboration. So when we work in DaVinci Resolve together, Danny and I are able to really like, our division of labor is pretty solid, right? You and I get to kind of dance back and forth pretty cleanly and be like, okay, I'm doing this, you're doing that, but we can be in the same project at the same time. So like painting a
That's
house, it's
correct.
like I got the bathroom, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go work on the carpet and or whatever. Like I'm gonna go do the entryway, and it's fantastic.
Yeah. All right, Drew, I have to switch over to a different browser because, well, apparently Safari doesn't allow me to share a screen. So let me hop over. I'm going to hop
Let's
out
try
and then I'll
that.
be back in.
All right. So some of the other things that we do when we're working in Resolve, and again, like Danny said, we're both like seasoned Final Cut guys. But one of the things that we do when we work in Resolve is we're able to like make sure our footage lines up so that when we both jump into our footage, we can here. Let me put Danny back in the show. When we both jump into a Resolve timeline, we don't have to like switch each other's locations of footage. We just have them in the same place, so that makes it pretty easy for us to kind of dive back in and out. So, do you fix that? You able to go in?
I did.
Okay.
I think you should have it. Maybe. Let me try again. Did you? I don't know. Is it sharing? What's technical difficulties?
I'm not. I'm
What?
not saying anything special.
What's
It should
happening?
just
Why is it
be
not?
a thing. Let's see what I've got for mine.
Hold on. Let's try it. Let's go.
Okay, I'm gonna let you try one more time, and then I'm gonna see if I can get mine to go where I want it to go. Where is this? All right, here it comes again. Try one more time. How's that? Anything?
In the green room? There we go.
Oh, there I see you now. Okay.
I don't know what. I had to reboot my
Okay.
browser.
All right. Well, but you did it, and here you go. So now I'm going to put you in there, and then I'm going to add this here, which is your show. There you go.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Solid.
So we are in DaVinci Resolve. I'm gonna make sure that we are good on the channel. Or do you want to check that while I talk
Yeah,
some stuff?
I'll check that out. I'll put my face in there. Hold on.
All right. So real quick, there's some big features that I think for us, like Drew was saying, that we go. So for some of our clients, we've been doing podcasts, and we'd like to do more podcasts because I think it's a great way for people who are new to creating content to get in and start something, and then have a wide variety of different pieces of content to get out. You do the long form content. You have clips that are a little bit longer, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, who knows, and then you have shorts that you can cut in. So we have a whole slew of reels. Now, one of the big features here is like, if I open this up here in DaVinci, it's a quick little clip. And before, we had to like send it out to some other um, like option to be able to like do captioning, or just let some like the social media manager do the captioning on device. Now I can open up the subtitle track and hit believe is I can go to let's see. I thought there was a button here. I think I go to timeline and create subtitles from audio. And then I'm going to say, this is something I haven't tested fully. So I'm going to say maybe like 25 characters. I don't know what that
But isn't that
exactly
like the
looks
best
like.
way to do something, right? Like I haven't really done this all the way through, but come with me
Yeah.
as I explore. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that.
So initialize it. Now you do have to have the studio version. This is something that if you're doing the beta, especially like Drew and I aren't regular DaVinci people, I actually downloaded the DaVinci Resolve free version when I did the beta. If you want to do some of this stuff, you have to have the studio version, and then once it goes into regular like 18.5 not beta, this is going to be something that you're going to have with the studio licensing. But now you can see literally it was super fast. I now have captionings. Boom. So now I can go in here and I can see this is kind of like a caption index up here in the top right that I can check to see how it goes. I also appreciate the fact that spending time as a family, like for us, doing dirt bikes, was a priority now of my dad's. And for the most part, it looks like it's doing pretty good. I don't know exactly. I can jump to it still to this day, right? Pretty great. I love this. This is truly, again, obviously, like the captioning is a little weird, but you can come in here. We can change the sizing. I can change the font on whatever I
That is
need to
so
do.
cool,
Usually,
right? Ugh,
yeah,
that takes me so much
it's like,
time anywhere else.
yeah, and I don't know. Here's the real question. This is live. We're gonna see if this is gonna work for all you there. So I'm gonna go to Beavis. Oh, and it works. Like this is one of those things that like in Final Cut. So we use in Final Cut we use the Captionator, which is a third party
Great
plugin.
plugin. Great
PayPal.
plugin.
It's
Yeah.
super great, right? I think that it's amazing that they did it, but there is a little bit of quirks. Like I don't know. I think that what they're using is the onboard transcription from Apple,
I think
or
so.
like something like that. So it's on device, right? So it's kind of maintaining the same philosophy, but that means that I don't know what technology they're using or whatever is happening, especially on that end. But you compare it to this, and this is being way more accurate. Even because
Because
we
I was gonna say the other thing that I
yeah,
do in Captionator, and I don't know if you do this, and maybe it's just because I'm like not as skilled, but I end up exporting like two, sometimes three versions to try and get the sizes right that I like inside. Because Captionator, you set all those settings outside, and then it creates them all. You import them in, you lay them on top of your line, and then it's like, oh, I can do some like select all and adjust type and size, but you can't control everything that way. Like it looks like you can do here in this setup because you're adjusting some of that
yeah.
stuff
Oh,
for
see,
all the
yeah,
clips.
this already has like a yeah. So it's funny you say that because to me, I actually just I export. So I'll send it to Captionator. It'll come back, and then what I'll do is like I kind of I created when it first came out. You can do this, but now you can create a custom preset to kind of like this is where I want
Yeah,
ideally,
like you match it
and
one
then I
time.
go in and then I manually go in and I each like setting I kind of tweak as I go for each of those clips, and that's like
Get it.
it's just oh, I mean, it's time consuming still. It's not as time consuming as having to transcribe it manually the entire way, but like this is like I mean the fact that I can have an outline width already. This has a corner radius, but I want to get rid of that, so I can go there. I can change. I don't want an outline
And this is
color. I don't know
good. This is
why
good
this
looking
is.
right here.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, like it looks like there's some sort of opacity. I want to get rid of that. Let's see. Go from there. I mean, that's great. I love that. If I don't want the background, I could just throw a drop shadow there and tweak it a little bit. It is very for me. This is like very like well done, DaVinci. Now, here's the one thing is that like it does look like I'm, and we might have to do this like on like an individual clip, but it doesn't look like there's a way to like for us to keyframe anything here, right? So like we want to do a little those little animation stuff, but to
Like the
me,
pop in. Okay.
yeah, like that sort of thing. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I want to be able to like caption these things and get them out because
Yeah.
like is it nice to have those things, and will do I believe that they're gonna, maybe they may not include it in this, but some other individual might create some additional something to be able to like make it
It might
easier.
not be that hard
Yeah.
to do something like that in the Fusion, or some sort of quick, easy additional, like even transition between them that pops in and out, or makes a similar type of effect that you could do on top of the layers,
Yeah,
basically. To kind of,
and it doesn't look like, well, I mean, maybe, see, it doesn't, I don't think I can add something to the Fusion page from subtitles. But here's the thing, folks, like the goal is just to have text into something. I mean, we have enough stuff here that we can like tweak the sizing and maybe change the font or whatever. To me, this is way better. And the fact that I can get it in, it can basically get it done. I just have to do a couple of little tweaks, maybe go through it one pass, but I can ship it after that. That's the game plan. Like that is way more valuable to a client than having to beat the flashes. Now, is it true that if you add more variety, that you're gonna maybe have someone stick around longer? Yeah, maybe.
I
But
would say maybe, but I'd also say that if you're going to do that for that purpose, once you get past like a 10 or 15 seconds, then it's almost like unnecessary past
too
that point,
much,
right?
dude.
If you do all the variety and stuff up front to catch some eyeballs, I don't think you have to hold on to that much past that point, right? You won't have to do it through an entire 90-second reel, because I feel like there's a point in which somebody's committed enough that just by going back to black and white text, it's not going to like, dissuade them enough to be like, oh, I was really liking all the colors, right? They're not going to dump out
Right,
because they're like, I really like. But if you're using that at the top end, that's kind of easy to manage, right?
right. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
Don't sneeze.
Okay.
I'm gonna put you on full frame so that you
I'll-
can get it full size.
All right. Well, folks, let's. I luckily dodged that bullet. Okay, so we now have the subtitles. This again is wonderful, especially for us people like as as a individual creator, or even as someone who's a professional like us that we're trying to get paid to do this work. This is huge. This is allows us to get up and running faster with different things. Now, this is the one that I'm really really excited. Now, Adobe did announce a couple days ago, in anticipation for NAB, the new text to edit kind of feature that like Descript and some of these other companies are like really kind of like
Yeah, which
becoming
is
forward with.
a fancy way to edit. Like, and it's different, I think, for you and I because we've done so much of this, like watching waveforms and editing. So
Yeah.
the Descript style is going to be. I think it's going to be really interesting to see where that goes and how it integrates with what you and I kind of have built our bones on. So I'm
Yeah.
excited for
So
that as well.
let me show you how this works, and then I want to, because it's going to take a little bit of time for it to generate because it's going to do the full podcast. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can. Can I? Let me see if I can. Can I create a? Why is this? Actually, Let me go to. This is something I haven't done in a while, or haven't done yet. Okay, so this is the podcast. Let me create. I'm going to create just a quick like sub clip that's a little bit shorter. So right click, create sub clip. Jeff Saban. So a sub clip, I'm not exactly sure. It's not quite a compound clip. I,
It would be like the opposite of a compound. So it's like a subsection out of the middle of a clip.
yeah,
Mike,
and here, yeah, I haven't. This is something I still don't fully understand from DaVinci, but it's something that I'm looking into. But normally, I think if it's not in a compound, you can add useful clip extents, which means like if I was doing an interview, it's just the interview, right? We could like create subclips to be able to like highlight stuff and then be able to like create those subclips. And I think with this text-based stuff that we'll see in a second, it's going to be huge. So we have this little clip here. I can now I think I could do it in the actually let's find out if we can do it in the media page. Transcribe audio right here at the very bottom in the media page. You can do this in the edit page. So right now it's going to analyze clip. Look, 12 point times 30 seconds remains. Literally fast. But Drew, while we wait for this, you want to go to a two shot or fast? To me, Drew and I both worked in news.
Yeah.
He worked
So,
in news much.
I don't know if I want to admit that, but yes, I did a lot of time. I'll tell you, news, as grinding as it was on my soul, it made me really fast at editing and really fast at decision making and really fast at hitting deadlines. Like,
Yeah,
there are things
but
I
those
got
are
out of
all
it.
great skills.
Yeah.
You know what? It helped me because I wasn't like a standard editor. I was a special content producer, deliverer. But for me, it helped me realize that like, oh look, I can take words and try to take things out of there and help craft a story, leverage like what sound bites and having to understand okay what the importance of script writing, the importance of like crafting a story, not just editing a story, right?
Right, right,
Um,
yes.
this I feel like this now if you want to go, they finished the
You're already
transcription.
up.
So part of being a news, if you're especially if you're a news reporter or whatever, you have to transcribe it. Literally, this is now has transcribed everything we need to do. Okay, it looks. I mean, skimming it over, it looks pretty accurate, right? We probably touched base. Now, if I highlight this right here, um, it highlights. It does an in and out point on the timeline. If you see that right there on that, yep.
That's handy.
And I can create a subclip right here, which is one of those things. Or if I come into the edit page, let's actually move this right here. I'm gonna come to Reels. I'm gonna create a new. Oh, so I don't want a bin. Let's get rid of that. I'm gonna create a new timeline. OCS stream,
Timeline 9, I think that was a B movie that came out. Love,
dude. You know what?
love timeline number 9.
That was my timeline. Use vertical. Oh, this is one other update that they did. They scale full frame with crop is automatically added when you do vertical resolution.
Oh, that's
Again,
nice.
this is something super nice that you and I like. It's like, oh, I gotta switch it to full
Gotta
frame
switch
with
it, gotta
crop.
remember it.
Yep. Yep. So I'm gonna create this right now. So we're gonna go there. So I have this here. You can come here if you're in the edit page. You can now see that there's the insert or the append. So if I can add this append, this whole opening line is now added to. It's now added, right?
Look at
Now
that.
we can,
Look at that.
now here's the thing that I think is super beneficial. Like now, I have a individual who I'm trying to train. He wanted to learn he wanted to learn a skill. I was like, look, I can't pay you right now, but I can teach you skills. And then if you can help me with a couple of things that help me find money to help pay you, then that's good. Now this text base helps with those individuals that you're getting new. You can hit transcribe. Now you can read the text and kind of look here, and we can say skimming through. We're going to say,
So what you're
yeah,
saying is that, like, you basically you can have a pre-editor that doesn't necessarily have to know how to edit. They could look at a script, pick and
yeah,
choose like the sound bites and the things that they like, and say, I think this tells a story from here to here to here. Stack it on the timeline. Is that what you're saying? Like, this is
right,
what you're showing,
yeah,
right?
or yeah, and well, here's the thing. So Drew, I'm gonna go to you're in this in
I
this
think
project,
I'm in
right?
there somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the media page, okay, and I'm gonna have this open because what I'm gonna do in this I believe it's just save in. I'm gonna come in here and try to look for the script. So I drove there, walked in there. I'm gonna see if I can find something. Why don't you just like go to the subclip and start like editing? Because what I can do stay in the edit page. Um, can you share your screen too?
I
I
think
don't know
so.
if you probably could. So if I go here and I'm looking here to find something, let's see. There's something about BYU. So, but she had as far as a little child going forward, she did high school rodeo. Her dad was a big into ranching. Okay, so this is about his wife. Okay, so I'm gonna click this and opportunity. She did that, and then again, this is kind of like just filler stuff. Um, but being married to her, she helped me a lot with basically getting my head screwed on straight. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. Um, And then what I can do here is I can add a chapter marker automatically. I can do a section marker with this selection, and that should show up for you so that way, like this is how to me, I would leverage this. I would say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna have assistant editor. I'm gonna have you generate the transcript. You're gonna start going through and start selecting. You're gonna start looking through. Now, I wish it wasn't as big of chunks or and I think that this will get better in the future. I think I fully believe that. I mean, it's already pretty amazing, but you can see here it's already added a chapter marker. And I can change the color if I wanted to. So if we're doing something specific, but
Yeah,
now I
yeah.
can go in there and what happened here? footage. There you go. So I can now double click on this, and I can say, what is this? The wife helped Sabin, and then I can come here and add our SOT, or like, I don't know, our little
Whatever the
sound.
keyword is that we're using, right? Yeah.
Whatever the keyword, right? So now we can do that. And
Sound on
we're
tape,
good.
for those of you that are not newsies, a SOT is a sound on tape. So that if you're doing an edit and you have B-roll versus sound on tape, usually comes from A-roll. That's a SOT.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody's gonna be
I'm
like,
gonna-
a SOT. It's the weirdest word.
and the reason why I use SOT is because it is what it is, sound on tape. It's just the sound that is a good thing. Sometimes I also use Stinger. I'll use a Stinger. It's like, oh, this is a nice little sound bite, or you can say
You call it a
sound
sting?
bite.
Really? Really? Stinger to
Yeah.
me is always gonna, probably because I started in radio, but Stinger to me is always this like short little 2 second like KXRK.
Yeah.
That's a stinger.
Yeah, it is a Stinger,
like
but
it. I like
because
what
of
you're at.
like, I'm just like, I was like, okay, this is a cool little punch, little thing. Because a sound bite could be a little bit longer, but to me, a Stinger is like, oh yeah, that's a little pop.
Okay,
Just like
which-
those is a Stinger in radio.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but
so
it
you
makes
could-
sense because it would be like a vloggy style, right? Like a thing that's like you just
Right.
want this. That's just pop. Yeah, I dig
Correct.
that. I dig that.
And here's to me, why this is so powerful for for us that are working as a team remotely, as well as in this collaboration, is that now we can have one person, instead of having to edit the whole podcast and add the things, we can do a transcript. We can transcribe it.
Yeah.
One of us can be editing and not have to worry about adding all these. Because let's go back to the main edit. So if I go back to the podcast timeline, oh, that's the small one. Yeah. So if I'm going to remove this, you can see here that we have Drew is a champ, and cut this one, I believe, and we have all these markers. So if I go to the
remember this.
index, yeah, and we go to the markers, we can come up here and we can see, okay, so these are all like stuff that we want to do. So selling cows to pay for his birth is a funny little soundbite. This is a key one that we wanted to share, right?
Right. So,
So-
we mark it green. Yep.
Yep. So we have right here, this is all there, but now I mean, this is beneficial and this is good, but now we can do this on like the actual like main clip, like, because if we do this on the timeline, this only stays on the timeline rather than be translated to
Like anywhere else you put it,
actual-
right? Like yeah, the next reel or wherever we copy and paste that.
Correct. Which to me is more. That's something that in Final Cut does way better, right? We can add keywords. We can add favoriting. We can do favoriting, and that's one of those big things. Yeah, I don't know. I see that we have 3 people here. I just want to give a quick shout out to you guys for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks. Good to see you. Feel free to jump in the
to
chat
see
if you have any questions. Like again, we're both Final Cut for ever and ever and ever. If you have any of those types of questions, and then we've also been DaVinci Resolving for quite a long time in the collaborative space. So if you have any questions there,
Yes.
let us know. But we are exploring these fantastic transcription ideas because it's something that I think both of us really wish we've had for the last year. Like, we're excited that they're coming. So this public beta is very exciting to kind of get our hands on the transcription side.
Super cool. Now, I know that if like you close out of this window, the way to get to it again is if you're in the edit page, Drew, if you want to zoom in towards the top at the media, right underneath the media pool.
That up in here.
Yep. There's going to be a little like dial. It's like a little chat box with some text.
What is that? Oh, look at that! It's like it is. It's a little.
You click on it, and
Transcript.
if you've already done the transcript, it automatically pulls it up. And again, guys, like this is, I know like news is not glamorous. It's not the most fun. It is soul sucking. And for those people who want to do that, good for you. Like it's an honorable profession. I learned a lot in it.
It's a fantastic.
Yep, but it is a grind. But the things that I learned there is stuff that like now can be done. Like literally, we generated this transcript in like less than a minute, right? I could do the full podcast. We could do the whole podcast, which I did on the most recent edit that I have for this client. That I've done the whole transcript, and I'm just editing. And now I can go back and like, okay, I've already edited some of this stuff. I mean, I'm still doing what I would be doing now, but like now, if I had someone who's editing with me, hey, do the transcription. You can start like looking for some stuff, and if you increase the size or whatever. So really awesome stuff. Here's the other stuff that I thought was pretty amazing when it comes to like some of this sorting.
I'm just curious before you jump out, you jump into the
yeah.
sorting. I'm just curious. Since we're working collaboratively, you just did a transcription on one of the files. Do I
Oh,
have access to that? Like, do I see it, or do I need to
good
do my own?
good question. Okay, so
Where
I'm
do I
in it.
go?
So I'm
Walk me
in.
through.
I'm, yeah. Okay. So I'm currently in the. Let's see. I'm in the podcast. So you should be able to go to the Jeff Saban subclip that's there, and then if you click the transcribe button
Okay, so
on
I'm
yours.
gonna. Wow, how did it get to be so big? I'm gonna put these back, and I'm gonna add you. So your face. It's my screen now. So maybe I need to be on this side
Yeah.
because it's my screen. All right, I'm gonna add your face. Clicking the buttons. We're doing this live. This is like building live show. Oh wow, you've got even my side camera that I did not need that to happen. There you are. All right.
Yay.
Yay, one for me, one for you, and oh, I'm in the back as well. Okay. It felt like extras me. Okay, now I'm
Drew,
on
how do you
mine.
copy yourself?
I don't.
I want to learn to.
I've got more cameras. I can just put like me from every angle. Okay, so now I'm in here. I'm in the the edit page. So I'm like ready. I'm ready to go.
Okay, so now you
I'm
should be.
going to this Jeff Saban. You
So
and I look
no,
at our screens differently. There we
that's
go. I'll
okay. Yep.
match you. I'll match you.
Okay,
So
so
this
you should
one,
see that just yep, and then you should be able to click um the
transcription button here.
transcription. Yep.
Oh, it's there.
Cool.
It's there. So it
What is
is. So
that?
it's you did it. I've got it.
That is pretty amazing. I didn't expect that to actually work, but the fact that it worked
Yeah.
is phenomenal. Like truly, I'm blown away. You saw my reaction. It
It's
is. I
real.
just. Oh, hold on.
Wow. So I love this because I feel like when I have this opportunity here, and forgive my side angle, but maybe this is a good profile if you like this. But for those of you that are watching, like this is pretty amazing, and this is one of the things I think that Rubio and I have really loved about being in Resolve together is that he and I can be on a call together, watching, looking at some of the same things, or editing in the same project, doing different things, and having this transcription like available. A pre-editor could set all of this stuff up, be ready for you, and as you come in to do your edits or to like adjust things, find these things, drop these clips, it's done. They can create all these kind of quick clips and things. So it's a very kind of like smooth. You could really make a smooth workflow with a pre-editor and some of this stuff, and or just any team really. Like this is fantastic,
Well,
and I'm excited about it.
Drew, and even like Drew and I actually don't often. We're not actually on a regular call. We're actually just doing it remotely. Like we can open up this chat feature, and I can just ping them. Hey, will you generate uh, transcriptions? I don't know how to spell that. Right. So I
We
send
do
that
that.
to
We do that
him.
often, right? Yeah, we do that.
Yeah. So like this is amazing stuff. Now, obviously this is a podcast. There's not like a ton of stuff, but like to me, this is gonna be so like truly can really make things move. I think that like if you wanted to collaborate with another YouTuber or even like a filmmaker, like you could create low budget like a really great film remotely in two
Yeah,
different locations and be able to or even like a documentary, right? Like someone could shoot the stuff. They can you send a like a proxy file to somebody. They like the editor transcribes it. They have a producer who that night I mean they transcribe it in like less than 10 minutes and all
right.
these other different stuff. They can start like going through and start like adding this stuff. Like to me, I'm like news is probably not going to use this for like freaking 7 years, but they're going to lose out. Like they're
They'll be
gonna
a little behind.
they're
Yeah.
they're gonna be so behind.
But
But
like in the
this is what I'm
documentary
saying.
world, like it's probably been 4 years or so since I've done my documentary. But one of the things that I think was the drag to getting started was coming back from Africa with probably, gosh, I don't know, probably 25 hours of interviews, and
Yeah.
then thinking, oh, I got to create a story out of this. And the first step was my wife sitting down for a couple of weeks and listening to it all again and transcribing. And she came from news and she like that was it. But again, we're talking 2017, so it made sense. But imagine that process you were just saying. You come back from a shoot, you pop the interview stuff in,
Well,
and it's laid out for
okay,
you.
but now but check this out, right? So I can come in here and I think I can even export. Where's yeah? So I can export
A straight text. Oh man,
a straight text. Okay, look. Now let's just see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Let's we're going crazy here. Where's my? Let me grab Safari. Let's go to chat. Oh, I can't. Oh, but I can. I think I could just copy stuff. Where's my? Yep, I gotta sign in my stuff.
I'll let you do that. So I'm just what do you do? You're taking the text file into Chat GPT.
Let's see.
I'm trying to guess what you're going to do with this. Like, I'm still.
Okay.
By the way, never ask ChatGPT to give you any sort of jokes. They are horrible.
They're so bad.
I was trying to find some funny dad jokes or something, and so I thought maybe I'd have some. They didn't make sense. They weren't even funny. It was horrible. And then at an event that I went to yesterday morning, somebody started their talk off with a joke from ChatGPT. It was so bad. Anyway, I'm curious to see what you're going to do. You want me to share screen now? You got it?
Yeah. So I've gone in here. I've copied this transcript, and I'm gonna use a prompt. Use this transcript to pull out three. See. Good. I see. I need to have it be word count. So I'm trying to think of a good word count number. So pull out.
I don't know, like 30 to 60 or what?
Sound bites that are 60.
I'm really interested to see what's going to happen here. I love ChatGPT.
Oh, they didn't do it. Dang it.
Do you have to put it in quotes? Like, I'm trying to think, is there a way for you to like acknowledge
maybe.
This is and you said to use this transcribe. Maybe use transcript. I don't know if that's going to make a difference.
Let's go. Let's just start here.
Again, I'm guessing some of this.
Okay,
so it's like a recap, little summary.
It's doing which is great. I mean, this is a great way to like generate description. I'm just gonna use this or no generate.
Just for those of us that are watching, like, yes, we've explored a little bit of the transcription and the cool stuff that's inside of DaVinci, and for fun now we're taking it into ChatGPT to see if we can get it to like give us a few sound bites
from this.
This is what a pre-editor or any sort of editor would be, like a quick and easy, like scan it. But we're just trying to connect some pipes here.
What if I say quotes? Generate three quotes from this transcription.
For this quote. Oh, 3 quotes from this transcription. Yeah, with a P instead of a B.
You're right.
Let's try it.
I might be dyslexic. I'm just kidding.
Is it gonna do?
Oh yes.
I wonder if those are any. Okay, I did everything I could. $10 job, and eventually they were.
Okay, I did everything I could do. Let's see here. I don't know if is that actually in the line?
Yeah.
Oh, I can search. So here's something I can search. Let's see, $10.
It's right at the top. I'll make sure I can see that. So your search was just right at the top. Got it.
Yep. Is it? Do I need to type in? Oh, what the heck?
Oh, it actually gave you a $10, like a dollar bill.
It's gonna be working with.
And I know we have like a smaller subsection in the subclip, but even in like a huge interview transcript, like this would be handy to be like, where's that thing they talked about?
Yeah, and I don't see, and this is where I'm like, I'm not sure if it's actually pulling something. I don't know if this is.
You asked it to, right? Give me some quotes from this.
Maybe. Oh, there you go. I don't know.
See, to deal with.
See, now I can like pull that, and I'm like, okay, now I know where that's at, and I'm gonna quickly.
Did that highlight that for you as well?
Yeah.
Like, so it did an in and out?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you can see up here, it found it with pictures. Now if I highlight it.
Okay, that's where the in and out comes in. Got it.
Yeah, so you see there's a little soundbite there. I don't know if I can. Let's see if I search here. Boom. Wait, where? Oh, here it is at the very end. I did everything I could to do a $10 job, and eventually they were just impressed. And this was during the recession too. Boom, like
that's a short little quote bite.
This was me literally spitballing my brain, going off and like realizing, oh, this is what you could do.
But if you think about it, that's one of the. You think about the things that take time when you're taking a long form and cutting it down to short form, which you and I do a lot of. And that's one of them. Is like, okay, what parts stand out? And right now, it's a little bit of our expertise to be like, that's good. That's a solid story. That's a quick bit. That's a great bit of advice. And so, I like that you're like figuring out. Is there someone else, an AI that can like figure this part out? Because it does take some time.
and here's the thing: is like it's not about that we wouldn't do this still manually, because we probably still would this. The thing is that we could probably get to that story faster doing
For
this,
sure.
because now
Yeah.
we can get
Yeah.
this. We can get the transcript. We can like summarize this whole transcript. It would summarize it immediately. We can then start to put, okay, well, how do we, where's this? Okay, this is kind of the summary, but where's the real story here? Then we could ask it to generate, take a smaller chunk and ask for those
Find me a
quotes,
little
right?
quote. Find me a little bite.
Okay,
Give me a one. I wonder if you could give me 50 words or 25 words or something that would be like
let's find.
stinger
Say?
worthy.
Yeah, there you go. See.
Huh?
Uh, okay, so let's see. Pull a quote that is 50 words. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, that's dumb. I should have said to the transcript. See, I don't know if can I. Yeah, let me edit this. Use transcript to pull a 50-word quote. Or, and again, this is one of those weird things where you have to learn like what is the language for ChatGPT to
Right.
get you what you want.
Right.
And again, I don't know if it should know that what transcript I'm trying to figure out. Did I break ChatGPT? Just thinking. It's just thinking. Anyways, okay. We'll let that think for a little bit. What I'm gonna do is, so there's also this new thing called collections that has like audio only, but there's now dialogue and music and effects. I can come in here and I can now select all this stuff and I can say audio classification and analyze. It's gonna analyze these like this stuff. I don't know how long it's gonna take because it's the first time I'm doing it, and it's gonna and add it into its own like sub folder thing, right? This to me, I wish this did it automatically from the get go, but what are you gonna do? This is something that Final Cut does, right? So if I come into dialogue, now there's dialogue, here's music, here's some effects. It's all sorted, and I don't have to create bins for those. Like before, I'd probably end up creating bins for. I'm like right now we're being sloppy, but
Yeah, but it's
in a
like
big
fast,
project,
fun, and sloppy. Like that's the beauty of it. It's just fast and fun and sloppy. Thanks for being here for it.
my guy. Yeah, guys. So I don't know. There's a ton more. I know there's some stuff in the color page. Actually, there is something. Let me. I don't. Do I have another? Let me. You don't have this project, but let me switch to another project
All right. All
that
right.
I haven't tested. So I'm gonna open up this. Do I still have? I think I have the footage here. Did I delete it from my drive? We will find out. Oh, give me a second.
There he goes, folks. Daddy's out. So
I'm doing
one of the things that that I'm enjoying so far about this beta is just that it feels like the things they've added are timely. Some of the stuff they're adding with transcriptions and AI, we've been seeing trickling in with other like plugins and other things. So this is kind of an exciting to see Resolve Blackmagic quickly saying, yeah, well, let's put that in the next thing, and here's how it works. And knowing, it feels like they really know what editors and storytellers like and how they're going to use that feature. And so for me, that's kind of one of the fun parts of exploring inside of Resolve and 18.5 and what they're adding to it is they've thought it through from the point of view of a storyteller and somebody that's creating content versus sometimes people add their upgrades or their extra features as they release new iterations, and it feels like it was a developer that kind of shoved it in there, like, oh, we can, and so we should. And I've always appreciated that some of the stuff that Blackmagic does is coming from somebody that is designing for the driver, the person that's using Resolve. So checking out my screen here, I'm gonna see. Are you back? Hey, you're back. What's up?
Yeah, I am back. Yeah, what's up?
But yeah, I was gonna explore some more. But did you have something you wanted to show?
Yeah, okay. So there's this new feature, and we might have to do some. Let me see if I don't know exactly. It's called. I think it's called. Let's see, DaVinci.
I swapped your screens. You're up. It's fun.
I know.
Like
I think it's called Relight. It's this a new feature. I don't know if I can. Let's see if I can figure it out.
relight.
So yeah, so it's the add of like a 3D light. I'm gonna use this clip. I'm gonna open this in Fusion.
So if something's
Uh,
like dark, you can attempt to like add a virtual light, like you would with the 3D, like with the 3D modeling,
yeah,
sort of. Okay.
according to
Okay. It's kind of
okay,
a fun
look,
one to
so
play with.
relight. All right, so now there's this light.
Okay,
I
where did
don't
you find
know.
it? You did it in Fusion.
Oh, sorry. I went a little bit fast. I should. I'm still learning Fusion. I'm not a whiz as many other individuals,
It's
but I
it's
am.
weird. I'm still trying to figure out like nodes and things are new to me. Like I take a lot
So
of stuff out to the stuff I'm familiar
no,
with, right? But
yeah. So the way that I've come to understand nodes is basically imagine instead of doing things layers and like in motion thinking of behaviors and all the little effects. Um, imagine those effects are on like a whiteboard, and you just basically can drag all that stuff into it, and then you have a basically a beginning and a start, and you can everything goes from into that middle between the beginning and the start in the timeline, right? So this clip is the start of whatever the clip is in my thing. You can also create your own, just a specific like Fusion only project, right? That can be whatever length and whatever. Anyways, for now, I'm just using this one clip. But what I do is it's kind of like Spotlight. You just hit Shift and the space bar, and then you can open this up into all the different little things that are like available to us in
got it. Okay.
different effects and things like that. A couple of things they did add the new there's some new USD stuff for like 3D effects and whatever. So, anyways, so there's a new, so this new 3D effect stuff is like super beneficial because you could add like you can go to like you can Google 3D like Star Trek USS Enterprise 3D model, and you can download that or purchase. You know, may you have to pay, but you can download that and then import this here, and then basically add it into your project, and have a whole Star Enterprise 3D model in your video, which is, I mean, it's cool stuff. Motion added this like 2 years ago or a couple years ago. So like, anyways, so what you do is you type in this thing. The new thing is called Relight. Let me actually, let me pipe this in. I don't remember how to do this quicker, but
But you're just kind of like like putting it into the
yeah.
path.
So
Okay.
now what you have to do is I'm going to add, so you see this is a little box here at the bottom that has there's a dot here, and then over here on the media out is dot 2. So if you do 1, 2, there are 2 panels here. And if I want to do media in, I can come over here, click this in 1, and then I'm going to put this on 2. So this is the
And
Relight.
what are you clicking to
So
move those 1 and 2? You're just
just clicking, yeah, just the numbers 1 and 2 on my keyboard.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the idea here is to build I think, I don't know. It's gonna really task my computer. So this is the point.
But it's
light.
already almost like created a depth map.
That's what it's doing. So it's using the same technology as depth map. I believe from what I've like kind of like read and looked at to add this light. So now I can extend the white source, and now I know that like it's here. So I'm gonna add I don't know. I'm just gonna go from there. Now if I come back to the media out and I add this over here. Actually, let me see if I can go back to the edit page. See, this is me learning. Oh, output source map. See, this is where I have to. So, okay, maybe this is when I should have read documentation. So I think that what this is it adds the depth map. Give me a second. My kid's at the door.
Okay. I'm gonna try and
No,
examine.
good. No.
No. Okay.
So,
I'm like excited to like
anyways,
see this depth map. This is fun stuff.
so like, so it's mapping via whatever neural engine and all this other stuff, and
is
it then
amazing.
adds the light. Now the idea is that like because you're adding this light, it's going to add like a virtual light, and it's going to try to like bring up the shadows that you see here over here on this left screen, and go from there. Again, I'm not like I mean, I could switch it over here if I wanted to. I don't know what some of this other stuff
So
is.
I'm seeing it work in the depth map area, but you're saying
Yeah,
that eventually you can apply this
it
to
it would, yes, it would be applied to something, and I don't know exactly.
what's
I,
the
I don't
button?
I
What's
don't
the
know what the
button?
button is to make it go.
This looks like you dipped everything in plastic. That was the
I know.
shot.
And so anyways, this is here. I will probably have to figure out
That's
how to
cool.
mess with it. And because like this is one of those things like I could easily see that like, oh, there's a shot. Maybe like the other day, I'm gonna throw myself on the bus here. I was doing all my checklist, and I was like, okay, I can't forget my light or my camera. So I came back in, grabbed my camera, but my light was not on the table where I put all my prep work stuff, and I left it on the light stand. No, you're
So
good.
you ran a shoot
With
lightless.
lightless, but I had a huge window, so it was fine.
Well, that's the
I'm not.
beauty of it. If you can
Yeah.
control what light you have,
Yeah.
you'll get the job
Exactly.
done. That's fantastic. But
But
also,
but
I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. But what I would have loved to know is like, could I end up adding this just to add a little extra pop?
That would be the question, right? Can you get Relight to do some of that extra like supplementing that's not fixing? I don't know. And that maybe that's part of me like
Yeah.
I'm adverse to fixing in post, but maybe there's something there with Relight that just helps to kind
Yeah.
of pop a little bit of something. And it feels like some of the things that we do sometimes when we're color correcting is finding a part that's extra dark and we do like a little mask. It's like a circle
Yeah.
mask or like
Yeah.
something sort of shaped like hide that I'm doing a little like highlight, but it's not tracking, it's not following anything. And this Relight
Anyways,
sounds like you're able to put it there, right?
well, the image that they used to like showcase it was that like it was like just a shot, like a person with like, and they showcased like there was a little bit of light. It wasn't, excuse me, super different, but it was like, oh, my brain was like, okay, this is amazing that they're using depth map with like the way the lighting is in the image to be able to like generate stuff. So I don't know, cool stuff, cool
It's very
stuff.
cool. It's very cool.
The final thing I was going to just showcase is that we now have this is something that was announced a while back in with cloud collaboration. You get also the Blackmagic presentation. So if I go into the edit page and I go to a demo edit and I come over here, one other thing is like there is DaVinci made some updates to the UI that I appreciate. It feels a little bit more modern. I think
For the track side of things, I know you love the track.
uh, true. Don't get me started on the tracks. Sorry, real quick. This is huge. Actually, for the cut page, if I come over here, we now have this option to do. Where is it? Is it expand? Sorry, my kids are in the studio today, which is totally. They're just dropping
It's
by.
exciting. Yeah, it's fun.
Is it here? There's like a. I think it's
Expand what?
okay. So they made it so before in the cut page you couldn't do J cuts or L cuts. It didn't work. So now there's a new option. Oh, I might actually have to go to a different. Let me go to.
But you can actually do a little bit more in that cut page than just chunking stuff together. You can actually like separate your audios and videos a bit.
So yeah, it's not quite. It's not full separation. It's still using like the magnetic, like a magnetic timeline esque.
I love that. That's what for you and I. That's what it becomes. The cut page is our magnetic timeline.
It's literally, truly the thing that helped me like get like comfortable in Resolve. If it wasn't for this, I probably would have
It was
like
your gateway.
just.
It was your gateway drug. That's cool.
It was my gateway drug. If this is good, okay. So I think if I come in here and I link, these are unlinked. So, but if I link these and go right here, and then I come back into the cut page, they may actually have to be together. I don't think. Yep. Hold on. Let's see if we can actually fake it, or like just force it to do it. Where's my footage? Where's my original clips? Okay. So let me just pull this gnarly gross. Oh, this is. Hold on. Where's? Not talking too much. Let me grab this soundbite. And for whatever reason, my sound wave doesn't want to show up, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna insert this real fast. Where's my insert? Okay, so right here, this is how it normally would be, and there is. Oh, one quick thing I realized that in the cut page, and I don't know, people don't talk about this, but people are always opening up the inspector in the cut page. But that's like, I don't think that's actually the proper way to use inspector. This like little scaling thing is actually everything you do in the inspector, just except for opening up a whole panel, it just does the like
It
bottom.
just puts like all of your bits are tiny,
Yeah,
right
it
in
does.
front of you, right?
That's correct. So it's just a lot better. I realized when I'm cutting on my right now I have a bigger monitor, but when I'm cutting at home on my laptop, I find that like when I open it, it like messes up the actual
Gets
window for
real
the frame.
small.
I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. So just quick little thing. So let's see if I
Quick.
can remember how they did this. Um, Oh, they added a new button so you can have ripple. So like if people, it's kind of like the P tool. It's like you turn this ripple on, and now when I drag it down,
Got it.
it's now it now acts like the regular thing. So that's going to be huge for a lot of those editors who they only like the edit page and they don't like the cut page at all because it doesn't act like a track and like
Right.
oh
Right.
sorry guys, I might have some feelings. Okay,
Embrace
so
it.
it's right here. So you can't. So there's this little icon on the left hand corner
Got it.
that is
Okay.
next to the that you click on this and it adds like it separates it, which I don't know why it's not generating the audio waveform, but now it's supposed to be that like you can this expansion allows us to add a J cut and whatever. So let me see if I can force this to.
Does it have to be unlinked, or you're saying that you can do that if they're
No,
linked? No.
so it's like yeah. So it's kind of like when in Final Cut if you do it's like it's not fully unlinking the audio. It's expanding the like in Final Cut you hit I have a keyboard shortcut. I hit Command A and it opens up my audio lanes, and it's expanded the audio, and I can trim the bass
Right.
audio
Uses.
and the image independently, right?
Yep. Yep.
So it's supposed to like have this thing, but it's not. The audio waveform's not working. I'm not exactly sure why, but that's the
But
feature.
it's
There's like a
supposed
little
to be
feature.
there. It's supposed to be
Yeah,
there.
to be able to do J cuts and L cuts. Because I was trying to, one of the first projects I tried to do in DaVinci Resolve when I was editing was um, a vlog. Sorry, my light just went out. Was to do a vlog just with the cut page because it felt more like the magnetic timeline. Now, obviously, it's not exactly Final Cut, but one of the biggest things that got me messed up was the fact that I couldn't just like add J cut something. Like I was like, what is
Right.
happening?
Right. Because
Anyways,
you're used to that doing that. That makes sense.
and because it's on the iPad, like that's one of those things like you have to do like to make a better, smoother edit. Anyways, so cool little feature in that. Let's see. Final
These are all
thing that
very
I was going
cool.
to show.
You got one more? You got. I mean, you're
One
full of
more.
exciting stuff. Okay.
The last one is the presentation thing, which isn't talked about a lot, which is because I don't. It came out with the new 18.5, but it's not exactly Frame IO. It's more like a review thing. So this is just a quick little short, and I'm gonna just do test here. I created a like
So this presentation
presentation.
is like I've got an edit. I've got something I want to show you. Let's get everybody together to watch it at the same time remotely.
Oh, correct. I don't know why this job canceled.
So it's sort of
Let me
Frame
see.
IO-ish, but does it have to be in real time, or is it like Dropbox Replay or Frame
Yeah,
IO where you can send out a link and have people leave their reviews on it, or does it have to be like, hey, we're all
that's
here together watching?
that's it. See Black Magic. Let me see if I can pull this up. All right. Signing in. Okay. So you now have a new presentation things in here. I think I. Oh, it was supposed to set something, and then I if I render this, I don't know why. Okay, there we go. So it's gonna render this thing out. It's gonna take a second, but once it renders out, it's gonna get sent over to the update for the presentation here, as we see in this thing. And
Okay.
unlike Frame.io and Replay, it's literally just to review. That you can chat about things, they can add markers, but it doesn't quite seem that like there's a quick there. Um, when I exported it like a second version, it just added a new clip, which sucks. Replay does that too, at least right now, where it doesn't actually update properly.
Unless you
Uh,
go into the actual first version, click on the special buttons that are like add version to upload file, right, or something. Like there's a way to do it, but you have to be inside
yeah.
of it already.
Oh, and apparently it doesn't like vertical video.
So maybe I need to get in there and start leaving some comments. This doesn't look right. I'm the client. This
Yeah,
is weird. I
yeah.
don't think people will see this right.
I'm never paying you again. Anyways,
Interesting.
but I think it's a different way to do Zoom because I can add my webcam and my audio from my computer while I'm doing this. And so if you were hopping in, Drew, like if I sent you this thing, you
We
could,
could look
you
at
know, you
it
could,
and and watch it
Yeah.
together, talk about it, and leave comments. And as some of the stuff I was watching, the comments that you leave and the markers that you put, the markers go right back into the project, right? They should sync back and
That's
forth
correct.
between the project and the presentation, which is pretty nice. I think that'd be handy.
Yes. And
To have almost
again,
like a cut
I think
list. Yeah.
I think this is the reason why they didn't include it in the thing is because it's small beta stuff. So anyway, cool stuff there. All right.
Very cool.
Drew, I think there's a lot more stuff that's in this update, but I think we're
Yeah,
good.
this is some really fun stuff to experiment because you kind of showed us like, here's some things that you and I can use when we're doing our collaborative stuff with podcasts and cutting out social, especially the transcriptions. I'm excited to add some of that to our workflow. Getting somebody a chance to like cut based on the text, like Descript, is very cool. And then some of this other stuff that you're showing with the relight and even the presentations, I think it's fun to see it in a beta, and I think it'll be something we find a place for it with our workflow soon.
Yeah. Well, I hope you guys, if you were watching this or you're watching this after the fact, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you thought of our janky DaVinci Resolve showcase of 18.5. But honestly, it's just fun. To me, I think we're going to probably cut some of that chat GPT stuff and have fun with that.
Right, that's there's so much fun stuff to be doing, but yeah, for sure. Thanks. Make sure you subscribe. We kind of are creators exploring our own way through the world and trying some new things, and a lot of stuff we present and talk about are just that us figuring things out and sharing with other creators. If you like what you saw here, you can find more of us on onlinecreatorstudio.com. We have courses as well as like a studio, a community, right? So people can come in, ask questions, talk about what they're doing, leave some comments. Hey, help! I need something to help with this. And we have some stellar people who've joined the community this week that
Yes.
you and I have worked with in such capacities that will be like great assets. So anybody that jumps into that online community, there's a lot of resource there, a lot of knowledge from animators to people who are running their own channels that are growing channels right now. With Danny and I in our like shooting and editing background as well. So we're here to help, and we're excited to kind of grow that community for sure.
The community is free to join. We do have courses that are paid, but we just want you to. We want to share the knowledge that we have so you can get to where we're at just a little bit faster.
Yep, we're here for you for sure. But thanks for watching us. Thanks for enjoying a little bit of DaVinci exploration from two guys that have spent a lot of time with Final Cut. So I think that was kind of a fun framing to look at this.
For sure. Well, we'll see you guys in the next one.
All right, bye.